Now on CBC Vancouver News.
The severity of the 2026 fire season will largely depend on the amount of precipitation that we see in May and June.
A warmer winter and grinding drought could spell trouble for BC's wildfire season. Forecasters are watching the sky before the summer begins. Plus,
that's sad, but not surprising, actually.
The beginning of the end of door-to-door mail delivery in Canada. Where is the change starting in BC?
It's people, that older people that have a hard time, even go down and, pick up the stuff.
And
he made every single one of us feel like we were his one and only.
Celebrating a life of service. We remember Musqueam elder and knowledge keeper Shane Point.
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Hello, I'm Dan Burritt. Thanks for joining us. We have another stark warning for BC. Experts say a warm winter and lingering drought could make for a very busy wildfire season. And as Katie DeRosa explains, authorities are also fighting misinformation from AI.
It's mid-April, and already several wildfires are burning in BC. The BC Wildfire Service is forecasting a higher risk of extreme fires in some areas.
The BC Wildfire Service is ready for the 2026 wildfire season.
Central, northeastern, and southern BC saw below normal precipitation levels this winter. That could lead to dry conditions heading into the summer. But fire experts say the next 2 months will be the real test.
The intensity, the severity of the 2026 fire season will largely depend on the amount of precipitation that we see in May and June.
Northeastern BC is the biggest concern, as droughts have lasted several years. The snowpack in the interior, meanwhile, is sitting at a 40-year low. BC's forest minister says 4 wildfires are burning in the Caribou, 3 of which are human-caused. The Wildfire Service is ramping up its staffing and says a record 2,400 people have applied. It's also having to fight misinformation fueled by artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is a growing challenge as people share fabricated images and videos, as just occurred last year.
The service reminds people only to trust verified information sources. One wildfire ecologist has spent years pushing the province to focus more on fuel clearing before fires start.
We haven't funded mitigation and prevention very well to the tune that we need to.
The forest minister disputes that, saying almost 150 cultural and prescribed burns are being planned, with the hope that will prevent fires from raging out of control. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.
An historic March heat wave effectively erased a month's worth of winter, triggering a massive snow drought stretching from the southwest U.S. up to parts of our province. The CBC's Johanna Wagstaff looks at what this means for our western regions.
From the U.S. Southwest to southwestern British Columbia, an exceptional snow drought is threatening summer drinking water and increasing wildfire risk. Here's how we got here. A record-shattering March heat wave followed an already warm winter, acting as a giant snow eater. A spring heat dome pushed almost the entire Southwest to their warmest March since records began in 1895. On March 20th alone, 4 stations in California and Arizona hit a staggering 44 degrees Celsius, July-level heat. So normally mountain snow continues to accumulate through April, but this year the melt timeline was pushed ahead by an entire month. By April 1st, when snowpack should be hitting its annual peak, the western U.S. saw its lowest levels on record. California river basins experienced their driest March on record. In Utah, 70% of stations have melted out 30 to 50 days earlier than normal. And in BC, the South Okanagan has reached its lowest water level in nearly 40 years. Here's why all of this is so concerning for the summer. The mountains act as natural water towers for many parts of the West, storing the water up as snow during the winter and then slowly releasing it as it melts through spring and summer, recharging reservoirs and ecosystems. So many individual watersheds will now have to stretch a tiny supply across a long, hot summer. And that's not the only concern. A drier west now means a much higher risk for an aggressive and extended wildfire season, something we've already seen sparking up in BC in recent weeks. While the season is already one for the record books, it's part of a much larger trend we've been tracking for decades.
This isn't just a one-year or a this-year problem. Driven by climate change, snowpack water storage has already declined 15 to 30% since the 1950s and could fall another 25% by mid-century.
A fresh analysis from Climate Central found this specific March heat wave was made at least 5 times more likely because of human-caused climate change.
Johanna Wagstaff reporting. Let's go to our science and climate specialist Darius Madavi for a first look at our weather and
That's
a
right.
colorful map.
A colorful map, but a bit of a grim picture depending on where you are and in what way you're looking. So much higher than normal snowpack in many parts of northern BC, much lower than normal in many parts of southern BC. That means elevated flood risk in the north and elevated drought and wildfire risk in the south. That's the overall picture, but it's a little bit simplified because the snowpack really only matters for the first few months of the season. The amount of precipitation we get in the spring and early summer, also a major factor here. And a really hot summer, which is a real possibility, could really change the way that we're looking at things, Dan.
All right, Darius, thanks very much.
Thank you.
The weather update is brought to you by Paul Davis Property Restoration Experts. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
If you are still getting your mail delivered to your doorstep, enjoy that while it lasts. Canada Post has now announced how it will convert over every home in the country to a community mailbox system. The first wave of changes means tens of thousands of people on the Lower Mainland will soon no longer have home delivery. Troy Charles has more.
Across the Lower Mainland, many of these front door mailboxes will soon be obsolete.
I had no idea. That's news to me. That's sad, but not surprising, actually.
Canada Post has announced that across the country, all addresses still receiving door-to-door delivery will eventually be converted to a community mailbox.
The post office is losing money, and we're now at a position where we're out of step with where Canadians are at.
The Crown Corporation says nearly 3 out of every 4 Canadian addresses already receive their mail through some form of community mailbox. 13 communities across Canada are up first for conversion. In BC, the entirety of West Vancouver will be making the switch using the first 3 letters of their area code. Neighbourhoods in the city of North Vancouver and the district of North Vancouver are also included. Mission and Abbotsford are the other 2 BC communities on the list.
The plan is over the next 4 to 5 years, convert the remaining 4 million addresses across the country.
In West Vancouver, there's a shared concern for the elderly population.
There's older people, older than me, that have a hard time, even go down and, pick up the stuff at the mailbox. And so I think it's a shame that they will stop that service.
I think that they are not taking care of all demographics by taking this stance. They need to find a different solution.
Canada Post says in certain cases, home delivery may remain available for customers who can't access a community mailbox.
A lot of us have had a door-to-door personalized service for our whole lives, and it's really hard when a service is taken away, whether it's municipal or federal.
Gambioli says the city looks forward to working with Canada Post to find ideal locations for the shared boxes.
At the end of the day, we want to work with city planners to find safe, accessible places that people can access easily.
He adds that when the conversion is fully completed nationwide, it will save the corporation $400 million a year. Troy Charles, CBC News, Vancouver.
The Canadian Union of Postal Workers says its members are worried about their jobs and the costs of those new community mailboxes.
Our union has been advocating for over 10 years now to expand services. That's the way to grow a company, bring in new revenue, bring in new services, provide better services, especially to remote and Indigenous communities that are.
A Metro Vancouver Sikh activist who worked closely with Hardip Singh Nijjar says he's received a warning from Surrey police about a potential threat to his life. Narinder Randhawa has taken part in pro-Khalistan demonstrations and organized Sikh separatist events. The group Sikhs for Justice says there have been a growing number of threats against pro-Khalistan activists in Canada.
We need more pressure from our government. We need to hold those individuals accountable. And we need to get justice delivered for the assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. It's deeply concerning to us because we are losing faith in our law enforcement.
Surrey police say its duty to warn is given when there is a credible threat against a person. It's the first salvo in the Vancouver mayoral race. Ken Sim promising to spend $400 million to improve aging community centres. 5 have been chosen, but as Michelle Gassoub reports, some are calling foul on how they were picked.
Vancouver's mayor proposing $400 million to rebuild 5 community centres.
These community centres were identified by staff as the highest need facilities that were in very poor or poor condition.
But some say that's not true.
We applaud the dollar amount. However, the list that he provided is a bit of a curiosity.
Park Board and community centre associations have worked together to identify which facilities should be prioritized based on their current condition. They ranked the centres in this list, which doesn't match the list announced by the mayor. The city selected the Kerrisdale, Dunbar and Roundhouse community centres for improvements, though they weren't determined to be the top 5 most in need. And while Renfrew, Strathcona and Thunderbird Community Centre were found by the Park Board to be in the worst condition, they weren't selected by the city.
I'll be honest with you, to me it looks like a cherry-picked list of projects that are intended to help the mayor get re-elected. It is not based on, it's not evidence-based.
There are 24 community centres across the city of Vancouver, many of them over 70 years old. While the proposed money is welcome, some say the plan isn't realistic.
That's not the current going rate for building community centres. We're looking at $100 to $120 million each to rebuild a community centre.
Furthering claims, City Hall is already looking ahead to the election in the fall.
When your community center associations and your park board staff are presenting you with a list and you choose to ignore it, who's playing politics?
In a statement, the city said the recommendations from the park board were outdated, and their selections are based on new information on facility conditions and public usage numbers provided by city staff. Michelle Gassoub, CBC News, Vancouver.
Event organizers in Greater Victoria are sounding the alarm over online scammers targeting event vendors. More now from the CBC's Jonna Bailon.
Island Fest is a multi-day celebration of Caribbean culture, music, and food in Victoria. But festival organizers warn scammers are trying to cheat local businesses through a fake Facebook page.
Scammers were running paid ads through that Facebook page, and they were directing vendors to a fraudulent application form.
Randall says one vendor lost $400 to the fake forms. Another stopped an e-transfer in the nick of time. The people behind Victoria's Jazz Festival say they've been targeted too.
They post this AI poster that can be misinterpreted as our official festival.
They really just want your money.
Amy Vinica owns the Lil Pickle food truck. She says scammers have targeted her numerous times by email since she opened last June.
Normally, they don't ask for money right away. And if they do, they explain what is included. And in the scams, they do not.
Island Fest and Jazz Fest say they didn't contact police but considered it. They spent most of their time trying to get Facebook's parent company, Meta, to take down the fake ads and posts. Meta didn't directly respond to CBC News' questions, but in a statement says, "Account impersonation violates our policies, and we take action against people and groups that attempt to misuse our platforms. Scammers are always changing their tactics to avoid being caught, and that's why we are investing in advanced AI to improve our detection systems and aggressively combat scammers." A former police officer turned anti-fraud advocate urges people to think before they click.
Take your time and pause. Look and see if you can verify that information independently. Nothing in the financial world is so urgent that you have to act immediately.
Victoria Police says it has not received any reports related to these scams, but encourages people to reach out to them or the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. Jonna Bailon, CBC News, Victoria.
Tributes are pouring in for Musqueam elder Shane Point. What he meant to his community, next. The Musqueam Nation has lost a member some call their Dalai Lama. Shane Point died earlier this month in hospital. He dedicated his life to promoting the cultural and spiritual health of Indigenous peoples. The CBC's Wamish Hamilton looks at Point's impact on the nation and our province.
So he reframed our thinking, our way of thinking and seeing the world that we walk within.
He was one of us. That's how the president of the Native Education College describes Shane Point.
Because his reach and his impact was so widespread across this province. We saw on social media the number of humans that he impacted, but he made every single one of us feel like we were his one and only.
Shane Talbot Reginald Point was born on December the 4th, 1954 in Nanaimo. Indian residential schools impacted his family, but Tammy says he refused to be defined by harm or trauma.
We used to talk about intergenerational trauma, intergenerational harm, and he would shake his head and he would laugh, no, no, no. And he would say that what we have as people is intergenerational strength and brilliance and genius. That's what we come from. Those other things came after, and they're not who we are, and they don't define us.
Those who spent time with him recall the twinkle in his eye and his penchant for finding fun in life.
He had his own way of expressing his thoughts and words. And from time to time, I would see young people trying to talk like Shane. Kind of like William Shatner of the Indians. He loved to use his hands to talk.
The former lieutenant governor and Shane's cousin said Shane felt he had to pay for his seat in this world. The price was by giving his time to others, of being in service to his people.
It's not about getting wealthy. It's not about getting famous. It's what you do.
Shane even caught the attention of the Dalai Lama.
I thought in my worldview, in the way I see the world, I could have turned them. I could have spun them around because Uncle Shane was our Indigenous Dalai Lama. I could have seen them in the reverse.
Shane listened to and helped process the pain of survivors of the Indian residential schools. He was often invited to gatherings and conferences to provide a ceremonial welcome and to help non-Indigenous people better understand Indigenous values around family and community. He would explain what it meant to be an elder, and he invited anyone to call him Uncle Shane.
Uncle Shane was what we refer to as Siam. He was Siam, noble, high class human. One would never know because he didn't look for that. He looked for the way that he could bring help, support, guidance to the people.
Over the past 2 years of his life, he was the elder in residence at the Native Education College in Vancouver. He gave his time and presence to Indigenous people at the Inner City Education Center.
And he used to call it Best Friday. It was the best Friday because he was here and he got to be with students and staff alike.
Shane Point was 71 when he died. His presence at the NEC will be felt for a long time, even if his chair now sits empty. Wamish Hamilton, CBC News, Vancouver.
A look at the mighty Rocky Mountains from the St. Eugene Resort near Cranbrook. Cool day there, but it's going to get a lot warmer. Darius has your BC-wide forecast coming up.
I think it's important to give a human face to the stories that we hear every day, the people that they affect. And I think talking to those people is what really gives us the true sense of the impact of the stories that we're hearing.
After 6 weeks of fighting that has killed more than 2,000 people in Lebanon, a 10-day ceasefire is now in effect. Announced by Donald Trump, confirmed by Israel's prime minister. But reports indicate fighting has persisted. And as Chris Brown shows us, the situation remains precarious. The challenge of finding peace, profound.
Get back, get back, get back, get back!
The ceasefire may be here, but not before Israel's military delivered final crushing salvos, pounding the community of Nabatea and blowing up the path home for thousands by destroying the last major bridge over the Litani River into southern Lebanon. Israel cut off the roads and everything, said this bus driver. No one can come or go. But Donald Trump's sudden announcement of the truce on social media made no mention of Hezbollah, the force that's been blitzing northern Israel with rockets. Trump later seemed to suggest Lebanon would restrain the militants.
They're all agreeing it's a very nice little package for about a week, and we're not going to have lots of bombs dropping, and we're going to see if we can make peace between Lebanon and Israel.
These things do not stop with a flick of a button.
Still, if the truce holds, it would be a significant win for Lebanon's government. A senior cabinet minister told us it will give President Joseph Aoun's team a stronger hand to move forward and disarm Hezbollah.
There's got to be a political process, there's got to be a diplomatic process, a military process, which we as Lebanese are responsible for. We have to take control of our own borders.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who all last week said there'd be no let-up in the war, called it an historic opportunity. But he said Israel won't withdraw from southern Lebanon. And so many of the million or so people pushed out of their homes likely can't go back, including this 2-day-old baby living in a tent with her mother, who fears she won't survive the peace here, let alone the war. There are stray cats and rodents, and it's unhygienic for my baby's health, she said. Her mother-in-law has another grandchild just 10 days old. She told us Israeli soldiers are occupying her village. My whole family is now unemployed. There are many things I worry about, she said. The guns and rockets may be going silent. Lebanon's emergency has not.
CBC's Chris Brown reporting from Beirut. Russia has unleashed its deadliest attack of the year on Ukraine. Hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles hammered mostly civilian areas of the country, killing at least 16 people and wounding more than 100 more. CBC's Crystal Gumansing reports on the hours-long attacks.
As Ukrainians cleaned up from a destructive and deadly night, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accepted a Freedom Fighter Award. More than a dozen people died as a result of the Russian strikes. Waves of drones and missiles were launched Wednesday evening, with attacks continuing into the early morning hours Thursday. In the capital, Kyiv, Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor, said a 12-year-old boy was among those killed. Efforts were made to take out the threats with air defenses, but not all of the attempts were successful. Frantic images were captured by Ukrainian police officials when emergency services at one scene had to run for cover when another strike occurred in what is often referred to as a double tap. Ukrainians spoke of their continued frustrations and their fears.
Просто страшно все. За нашу країну і за наше все. За людей. Шкода діток. Людей сьогодні ж багато загинувших. І дітки є загинувші. Дуже шкода.
The capital was just one of several locations hit. Odessa, the port city in the south, also saw deadly strikes. Dnipro in the east was also hit. Ukraine has been fighting to defend its territorial sovereignty against Russian forces who launched the full-scale invasion in 2022.
Dozens of people have been injured, and sadly, so sadly, there are also lives lost in Odessa, Kiev, in Dnipro. Just ordinary people, children, civilians killed by Russian madness.
Ukraine's president again called on allies to help provide timely delivery of promised weapons and munitions. Crystal Gamansing, CBC News, London.
CBC News has new details about a cross-border gun smuggling scheme. Weapons brought in from the U.S. have now been linked to 10 crime scenes across 2 provinces, including a shootout in Toronto caught on camera. Thomas Dagla has more.
Late one night in a Toronto recording studio, partygoers were captured on video flaunting an arsenal of firearms. A dangerous scene soon leading to a wild shootout, with nearly 100 rounds fired out in the open. Now CBC News has learned at least one of the weapons recovered was traced to a smuggler whose handguns were found at 10 crime scenes across Ontario and Quebec.
He was making multiple weapon purchases in a very short period of time that he then transported up to Canada.
Former Florida trucker Erhan John Eyre this month was handed a U.S. prison sentence after admitting in a plea agreement to moving guns across the border for $1,000 each. Weapons including a pistol later seized by police in Hamilton the day Tobina Obiaga was shot and killed. Another Glock recovered in a Thunder Bay drug trafficking investigation, and then there was that brazen gunfight in Toronto.
I'd love to say this is an isolated incident, but the reality is guns are coming over the border in so high numbers.
Welcome to High Noon Guns.
Eyre legally bought more than 24 firearms from Florida retailers like this one, apparently using this electric grinder to obliterate the serial numbers and keeping a handwritten record of money he's owed in Canadian dollars.
If you look at a reason why people are buying guns here and smuggling them into Canada, it's money.
Toronto police say among crime guns seized last year, then traced, 86% came from the U.S., leading some to call for stronger measures at the border.
There's a real strong likelihood that we're catching not a great percentage of them.
Among the guns acquired by that Florida trucker, several wound up here in the Toronto area. 18 of the firearms smuggled into Canada have never been recovered. Thomas Dagg, CBC News, Toronto.
Home sales in Canada fell for the 5th straight month in March, and now the new National Real Estate Association is cutting its 2026 forecast. As Nisha Patel explains, the war in the Middle East and growing economic uncertainty are driving that drop.
In many parts of the country, the housing market is frozen as tariffs, a shaky economy, and conflict in the Middle East keep some potential buyers on the sidelines.
It's a matter of these massive global disasters, really, that continue to unfold.
Now the Canadian Real Estate Association downgrading its forecast, predicting sluggish sales for the rest of the year.
Doesn't mean it's demand that's gone forever, but just like last year, it may get pushed off until people feel more certain to actually step into the market.
Though many cities in Quebec and Atlantic Canada are still seeing sales and price gains, Ontario, BC, and parts of Alberta are in a downturn.
The latest hurdle for buyers, higher fixed mortgage rates, which are based on the bond market, not the Bank of Canada's key lending rate.
Bond yields are on the rise because there's so much geopolitical uncertainty right now, certainly due to the war in Iran.
First-time buyers may be hesitating because of those higher financing costs.
They don't have any built-up equity from the sale of an existing home. So anytime there's upward movement among fixed mortgage rates, they're very sensitive to that.
As sales drop, so do prices. The national benchmark price is 20% lower than it was in 2022, sitting at about $664,000.
The inventory here is full.
The slow market may be frustrating for sellers, but this real estate agent says it gives buyers more room to negotiate.
There's a lot of price cuts, especially because there's so much inventory.
Vandita Nijjar and Saurav Sofat have been renting for 4 years.
The situation in 2023 and 2024, the prices are very high, like sky high. So that time it was not a good time.
Now they're desperate to buy a home of their own.
I would say the detached market is come down drastically. Whenever we'll see like any good deal, we will definitely go for that.
Hopeful they'll find opportunity amid all the uncertainty. Nisha Patel, CBC News, Toronto.
Travel reservations are at the center of a new scam. It happened after Booking.com suffered a major data breach exposing users' personal information. And that information can help scammers target customers in vulnerable moments. Karen Paul's now with that story.
compromiso, la seguridad.
The email warning from Booking.com wasn't in English, but Amy Worms understood it was trouble. Hackers had gotten access to her booking details, including contact information.
I'll be going in and changing my passwords and deleting any credit card information.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Booking.com is the world's largest travel site.
As we put so much more valuable information into the servers of 4 or 5 companies, the prize of being able to get into one of these 4 or 5 is so great. The resources that are put into hacking get greater every day.
The company tells CBC News banking information was not released. It will never ask guests to share credit card details by email, over the phone, WhatsApp, or text. And it won't ask for a bank transfer. But this expert says the phishing scams from this data breach are more sophisticated.
They wait for it to get close to the date. They email you convincingly that your booking has been canceled and you need to contact them immediately. And now we're in panic mode. And that's when we start to make mistakes that they capitalize on.
People posting on social media sites say they've already been contacted by scammers or had big unauthorized charges on their credit cards. David Shipley says Canada is far behind places like Europe when it comes to consumer protection.
In Europe, they're going to face up to 4% of their top line revenue as a fine. So that actually gets their attention.
The Canadian government says it launched consultations 2 weeks ago on its national anti-fraud strategy, and a spokesperson says it's just weeks away from establishing a new financial crimes agency. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
To health news now. New data suggests Canada's overburdened healthcare system is dealing with thousands of patients every year who have illnesses that are almost entirely preventable. As Lauren Pelly explains, it's a development that's occurred in the wake of the pandemic.
The darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic may be over.
But what our data is showing is that it's still having a big impact on our hospitals.
A new report shows hospitalization rates for all vaccine-preventable respiratory infections in 2024 were double pre-pandemic levels.
That means it's about 60,000 hospitalizations across the country in a year.
Together, cases of influenza and respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, made up around half of the total hospital stays, while COVID infections alone were more than 40%.
These can be catastrophic, life-ending infections.
This Toronto physician says the findings reflect what he sees in his own patients. Most are older and unvaccinated.
This is a major reason why someone who's otherwise independent could develop a critical illness and maybe lose that independence.
Many Canadians are still keen on getting those shots.
I mean, there's vaccines out there that are going to help you, so why not take them if they're going to prevent something?
I'm a kid of the 50s. We got vaccinated in school.
I don't see why we should go away from science. It's well proven.
But not everyone agrees.
Unfortunately, vaccine uptake has declined across all age categories.
Federal figures show a big drop even among adults 65 and older. Roughly half reported getting a COVID vaccine during the 2024 to 2025 season, while only 63% reported getting a flu shot, even though that age group faces a higher risk of serious illness.
We see risk really start to climb after 65, but especially sort of after 75, very, very steeply.
Doctors say the best way to keep more people out of hospital is for more people to get the latest available vaccines. Lauren Pelly, CBC News, Toronto.
They traveled the furthest any human has traveled before. And now the crew of Artemis II is back here on Earth and speaking about their journey. You'll hear them next.
I could never date somebody that doesn't like dogs.
I agree. If you don't like dogs, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I got her.
Yes.
She's going nuts. Ready to come. Go. All that work for this little thing. Worth it.
I'm a professional football player, but my real job is dog rescuer.
It's my purpose in life.
Right there.
Okay, we got 3 be here
We'll do anything to help dogs in need.
until every dog has a safe place.
Station House 4 and its staff have been declared redundant.
This isn't over, Vaughn.
You know what they say, Crabtree? Happy wife, happy life.
I'm here to protect you.
I fear Miss Hart has gotten herself mixed up in something she can't handle.
Seems the city of Toronto has a paid killer on the books.
In order to solve a crime, we are going to need to commit one.
They flew further from Earth than any humans have so far. And a week after their return, it seems like the crew of the Artemis II mission is still on cloud nine. The 4 astronauts, including Canadian Jeremy Hansen, held their first news conference since their trip around the moon. The CBC's Sarah Levitt reports.
After a 9-day, 1 hour, 32-minute and 15-second historic trip around the moon, the crew of Artemis II are settling back at Earth, but it has not been quiet for them. That included, for the first time since splashdown, taking questions from journalists at NASA's headquarters in Houston, but they also took some questions from here, the Canadian Space Agency headquarters, just outside of Montreal. You spoke in your post-splashdown remarks about gratitude, joy, and love. And I know Reid had said that there hasn't been a lot that has sunk in yet, but I wondered if there were other emotions that have come to you since seeing Earth the way you did, since seeing the moon.
I've found it really refreshing to find out how people have followed the mission and been creative with the mission, and there's lots of funny stuff online, and that really resonates with me a lot. And it just reinforces something I already knew, but humans are just great people in general.
The work for the Artemis II crew is far from over. The past week, they've gone through a barrage of medical testing, blood tests, urine samples, MRIs to make sure everything is good with them. Of course, here at the Canadian Space Agency, all eyes were on Jeremy Hansen, who was on board, as well as his backup Canadian astronaut, Jenny Gibbons. And this trip really marked a milestone in Canadian space exploration.
This historic landmark mission for Canada was made possible by decades of strategic investments and contributions to international projects. So really, it encourages everyone to continue in that direction, secure future missions of that nature.
This particular trip, just part of a larger mission, of course, so that work and research ongoing with the eventual goal of sending astronauts back onto the moon. Sarah Levitt, CBC News, Longueuil, Quebec.
And CBC News has the Canadian exclusive interview with all 4 Artemis II astronauts. Ian Hannah-Mansing sits down with them to talk about their historic mission just days from returning from the moon, and you can see that on The National.
The weather update is brought to you by Paul Davis Property Restoration Experts. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Darius Madavi, our science and climate specialist, here with the BC-wide weather forecast. But we need to start with a serious situation in Ontario, Darius.
That's right. We have widespread flood warnings in Ontario. The way that their system works is a little bit different than here in BC. They have a few different classifications, but basically where you see red here, it means that flooding is either already occurring or imminent. Just like here in Ontario, here in BC, similar sort of naming system. They have more categories of types of flooding. But the important thing to remember here is that for many of these areas, heavy rainfall over the last week or so, in combination with already a wetter than normal season, plus a lot of snow melt that's been happening with warmer than normal temperatures, has led to these conditions. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like in some of these places, this is some footage from Metrotown Island, which we saw there on Lake Huron. Metrotown Island is right here, this one right here on Lake Huron. So the situation ahead in the next few days looks like it's going to be improving. We do have a little bit more rain on the way, but not too much more. And as we get into early next week, we're going to see temperatures drop once again. That'll really help the situation because that means no more snow melt inputs, which will be good. Speaking of flooding, I know we talked about this earlier in the show, but just to reiterate, Big concerns with flooding are mostly up in the north, but I wanted to emphasize that even here in Metro Vancouver, the Fraser River is really our main source of flooding in Metro Vancouver, and it is fed up in the north. So even though we have very low snowpack here on the south coast, we could still see very high water levels and the potential for flooding if we see a lot of snowmelts happening very quickly in some of the much higher up in the Fraser River. So that'll be something we're keeping an eye on. For right now, though, what we're keeping an eye on is much calmer and warmer conditions on the way here in BC. We are going to have a little bit of precipitation coming through late in the weekend, so probably Saturday night into Sunday. For the most part, missing the South Island and Lower Mainland, although we may get grazed by it a little bit, especially overnight Saturday into Sunday. And then we'll have a little bit more cloud that should clear out by Sunday night. Brighter day on Monday. Temperatures are also going to be climbing right through early next week, with many places, especially interior and even inland coastal areas, hitting 20 degrees, even maybe a couple degrees above that. I think Port Alberni, Abbotsford, both good candidates for hitting 20 degrees either Sunday or Monday. Here's our conditions for tomorrow. Mainly sunny with a little bit of precipitation feeding into the northwest. Unlikely after tonight we'll see any remaining in the southeast. And here's our 5-day forecast, Dan, with some overnight showers possible on Saturday. Other than that, seems like a pretty good forecast.
No kidding. Darius, thanks very much.
Thank you.
There are big malls, little malls, dead malls, and reborn malls, but there's no iconic mall in Metro Vancouver quite like Metrotown. It turns 40 this year. Coming up, we try to figure out why it has stood the test of time.
risque.
Hi, I'm Amy Bell, and this is your CBC Inbox.
CBC returns as the exclusive media partner of the Doxa Documentary Film Festival, April 30th to May 10th. Doxa presents an exceptional selection of films and events that cultivate curiosity and critical thought. Festival tickets at doxafestival.ca. And join us on Saturday, April 18th at the Surrey Vasaki Festival and Parade. Drop by the CBC tent and win some fun CBC prizes.
It may be hard to believe for you, but the iconic, sometimes beloved and other times maligned Metrotown Mall turns 40 this year. Where other malls have come and gone, Metrotown has stood the test of time. Justin McElroy hit the mall to try to find out why.
Some things just go together. Vancouver and Stanley Park, Victoria and the Empress Hotel, Burnaby and Metrotown. It is the 40th anniversary of the construction of this mall, which used to just be a humble Sears. And over the next 2 months, the mall is doing a series of events and celebrations to commemorate the anniversary. But what works about Metrotown? What is annoying about Metrotown? We did a one-on-one interview with the mayor of Burnaby to answer these very important questions.
It's a big hub here in our city, obviously, and you know, you can see by how many people are always moving around here. It's a very important piece of our city. On this ground used to be an old Legion, and my very first union meeting that I attended was in that Legion that got torn down the next day to build this mall.
There's sort of been a retrenchment from the idea of like suburban malls and you build around there and that's the center of your city. But Burnaby has sort of doubled down on that and it's been fairly successful by most standards, right?
Especially this mall because, I mean, you can see how large it is and how many people. And if you talk to anyone about Burnaby, one of the first things they'll say is Metrotown Mall. We would call it our city center on council, and this mall has played a big part of that.
Is Metrotown going to stay Metrotown as people know it for a long time to come?
It'll stay as this for a while, but there are plans afoot to change it to being more people-oriented, more green spaces, and more open spaces.
When is the overhead bridge to nowhere connecting to the SkyTrain station going to get fixed?
Well, it's at a different level now. The SkyTrain, they moved it up. So it's tied in very much with the foundations of the underground parking. So it's a lot more complex than it looks to take all that down. As the development happens, you'll see that getting taken down.
Are you a Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle guy?
Charmander.
Why Charmander?
Because that's what my kids always told me I should be.
Okay, well, I mean, you're the firefighter. Your favorite store to go to in Metrotown?
Decathlon would be a favorite of mine, for sure, because of the outdoor sales that go on there, but probably the food court, actually. There's so many great options there for a quick lunch.
And let's talk about the underground parking. Is there any way that it can be more intuitively easy for people to figure out, or is it just one of those things where you have to come here 3 or 4 times to get it?
I think you just have to experience it, and once you get to know it really well, it's quite easy, actually. You know, I remember when this mall opened, we as the firefighters soccer team had a fundraiser showing people how to get to their cars when Eaton Center back then first opened.
Repeat after me. If I run for mayor and win.
If I run for mayor and win.
I will bring back Rainforest Cafe.
I will bring back Rainforest Cafe. I would love to bring back Rainforest Cafe. It was a huge attraction here. We would all love to see it back. Are there any Burnaby ones there?
There's a Burnaby one.
There is a Burnaby one, oh.
So like this is at the top of SFU,
That's
right?
correct, yep.
Yeah.
Looking down from the restaurant.
Yeah. Is that do you go up there?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Love going up there for, you know, see the sunset up there. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's weird that like one of the best views in Burnaby, you're looking at Vancouver.
Yeah, well, that's the best way to see Vancouver is from afar.
Hey, you're a pro.
Thanks for being with us tonight on CBC Vancouver News at 6. You can watch this newscast on CBC Gem, our free app, as well as on YouTube and our website, cbc.ca/BC. We'll have your next local news at 11 o'clock, right after the National. And Leanne Young will be in the chair for you tomorrow. Good night.